Let's go. We welcome you to the Drubner Center on this Saturday afternoon in late January for another edition of Post-University Hoops. It is time for the women's to tip off here against Georgian Court University. The men's will tip off at 3 o'clock. As I'm Griffin Cass, welcome you into the CACC network here on this Saturday afternoon in Waterbury, Connecticut, on the campus here at Post University. Georgian Court, they come into this one at 3-13 overall, 3-4 in conference. And for the Eagles, they are the number 1 seed in the North Division in the CACC, 10-7 overall, 5-2 in conference, coming off of a win at Bridgeport, where they won 72-64. And for Georgian Court, they're coming off of a loss where they lost 85-47 at Chestnut Hill on the 23rd of January as well. Head coach for the Eagles, it is Courtney Burns in her first season, who has done a fantastic job with this Eagles squad. And the theme for the Eagles this season, it has been home cooking. They are 7-1 here at the Drubner Center. Again, 10-7 overall. They are 3-6 away from the Drubner Center. Georgian Court, they have not won a game on the road. They are 0-10 away from their university. So here we go. We are ready for tip-off here. Georgian Court in the blue uniforms. They are head coached by Jazz Perisic in her 10th season, assisted by Sarah Desner and Milan Filipovic. Assistants for Courtney Burns are Janelle Harrison, John Lukes, Jared Ware, and Ashley Holdridge. Pagan and Gillette to jump it up at half court. It is won by Imani Gillette. And away we go. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for both teams. For Georgian Court, Julia Wesper, Niall McCargo, Imani Gillette, Safi Kalibo, and Carissa Smedley. For the Eagles, it is this starting lineup that Courtney Burns has gone to frequently in recent memory. It is Dee Dee Stevenson, Maya Klein, Ty Shanae Simmons, Trinity Bravo, and Taina Pagan as the Eagles turn it over on their first offensive possession. This is a 31st all-time matchup between the Lions and the Eagles. Eagles 21-9 all-time, and they have won the last 7 matchups, with the last one coming on February 28th, 2023, where the Eagles won 68-59. Nice spinning move there by Kalibo, and she banks it in off the window to open up the scoring for the Lions. Klein, hand off here with Dee Dee Stevenson. Nice crossover, gets into the lane. One more to Simmons, back to Bravo. She drives it inside and throws it out of bounds. So back-to-back turnovers here for the Eagles on their first 2 offensive possessions. And the Eagles, the number 1 seed in the North Division in the CACC, 5-2 in conference. Right behind them is Felician at 5-3, as we'll get an offensive foul called on Kalibo. Stevenson draws the whistle. And a fun fact about these Lions, 8 rotation players for the Lions are freshmen, and 8 graduate students are rostered on the Eagles roster. 4 out of the 5 for the Lions are freshmen, with Imani Gillette, the oldest player, and she is a sophomore, whereas number 13 in blue. So it's old versus young here in this matchup. Rookies versus veterans. This Eagles squad, seasoned veterans, as Bravo gets inside and draws the whistle. And she'll be heading to the line for her first free throws of the game. Trinity Bravo making her 15th start of the season. A graduate student from Bridgeport, Connecticut, stands at 5'9". She is 26 for 40 from the foul line on the year. And she breaks open the seal for the Eagles, making the first of 2. Bravo with a perfect trip to the foul line, tied up at 2 apiece. Little over a minute and a half gone here in the opening frame. Julia Wesper, the 5'4" guard, brings it into the front court, met by Stevenson, goes behind the back. Kick out for Niall McCargo. Kalibo feeds it. Smedley brings it back out to the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Smedley makes her move. Kick out for Kalibo, and that will go out of bounds. Nice defense there by the Eagles, forcing the turnover. Two turnovers now for each team. And it'll be Stevenson at the controls. Pagan sets the screen. Dee with the killer crossover, and she gets inside and lays it in with the left hand. Dee Stevenson gets on the board here, her first bucket of the game. Stevenson, a graduate student. It's into Gillette, into the thicket of the defense, follows her miss, back up, and Bravo clears for the Eagles. Stevenson will look to push. Stevenson running with numbers. The kick out for Klein. Her first three of the game is off the mark, and it's Gillette with the weak side rebound. Smedley shuffled her feet. The Eagles have not lost to the Lions since January 7th, 2017. And they have won the last 7 straight matchups, as they lead 4-2 here with 7:15 to play in the opening frame. Stevenson gets a double screen. Met by Kalibo. Post-entry feed for Pagan. Pagan baby hook, and she got whacked by Gillette. So it'll be Taina Pagan to head to the foul line. And Raquel Washington is out tonight. Today. Has a boot on her left foot, as Santiago will check in here for Bravo. The former Canisius Golden Griffin, Amaya Santiago, wears number 11 for Courtney Burns. Also Salah Kaupte at the scores table, getting set to check in for Pagan, as Pagan gets a friendly roll on the first of 2. Taina Pagan, a 6'1" graduate student from New London, Connecticut. Knocks down both free throws. And Kaupte will come in for her. Kaupte will get set to play a lot here in this one with Washington out. Three minutes gone here in the opening frame. And we will get a whistle called on Santiago. Foul on the floor. Smedley draws the whistle. Side out here for Georgian court. Smedley hits the brakes. Westberg across the lane, almost coughs it up, kicks it back out to Kalibo, and now it's McCargo. The midi is too strong, doesn't get the roll. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Lions. Stevenson feeds it for Simmons, who is 4th in the CACC in three-point percentage. She gets up her first shot of the game, and it is off left. McCargo throws it inside. Kalibo all alone, and she misses the layup. Follows her miss, back up, and Simmons has the rebound, and she gets fouled by McCargo on the floor. And we will see for the first time Naj White into the game, but not before we get a timeout called by Georgian Court. It is 6-2 Eagles, and you are watching Division II women's basketball on the CACC network. We welcome you back here to the Jubner Center on the beautiful campus here at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Coming out of the break, it is Santiago, Stevenson, Kaupte, White, and Simmons. McCargo, Gillette, Smedley, Kalibo, and Wespers, the same 5 on the floor here for the Lions. The bounce to Simmons, dangerous pass. Now the post-entry feed for Kaupte. needs a friend. She's doubled. It's Simmons. Kick out. Santiago. Back to Ty Shanae, and it's stolen away by Kalibo. Gillette, the sophomore, puts it on the deck. Had it poked by Kaupte, and it's stolen away by White. White stops, pops, and connects. Her first bucket of the day comes on the mid-range J. And the Eagles up 8-2 with 5:35 to play in the opening frame. Post-entry feed, it's Gillette inside, off the window, and down. Imani Gillette gets into the scoring column. She averages 16.1 on the year in her 10th game played today, her ace start. White inside, bad pass intercepted by McCargo, and here comes the Lions turning defense into offense. Kalibo, too strong on the midi, and it's Kaupte with the rebound. Midway through the opening frame, 8-4 Eagles. Stevenson lines it up, left wide open off the heel, and it's Westbrook climbing the ladder for the board, and she is fouled, coming down with the rebound. I believe they get Kaupte for the whistle. As Marta Aguilera will check in here for Imani Gillette on the Lions side, and Lysandra Turner checks in for the first time, and Trinity Bravo checks back in as well. So it is Aguilera, Smedley, Kalibo, Wesper, and McCargo, 5 on the floor here for the Lions. Simmons, White, Turner, Bravo, Pagan, 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Eagles force a turnover. It is Turner, Bravo. Hard drive, and we get a foul on the floor going against the Lions. As Imani Gillette with a quick breather, she'll come right back in here. As Smedley will check out. So Eagles are in the bonus. It'll be Trinity Bravo shooting 2 at the line here. It's 2 for 2 in her previous trip. Now 2 for 3 from the foul line. Bravo averages 8.2 points per game this season in 24.4 minutes per game as she drops in the back end of 2. And for the first time we see number 34, Jaden Burns, check into the game for the first time for the Eagles. She subs out Simmons. And with 4.5 to play here in the opening quarter, it is 9-4 Eagles. Searching for their 6th win in conference as we will get a foul away from the ball. It will go against Bravo. The Eagles 7-3 in their last 10 games. Georgian Court is 3-7 in their last 10. Kalibo, hard drive, leaves it for Gillette. She is blocked by Pagan, and the rebound tracked down by Turner. Here comes the Eagles out of the pack. Lysandra, mind made up. Inside, offensive foul. The bucket fell, but they get Turner for her first whistle of the game, and it's going the other way. That is the 5th Eagles turnover now to the Lions 5. McCargo needs a friend. She's got Wesper. Wesper takes it on the baseline. It goes up top. Kalibo passes on the 3. Now passes it to McCargo. And she goes across the lane. 6 on the shot clock. The turnaround J is short. And it is Turner collecting the rebound. Turner will slow it down. Bad pass. Nearly intercepted there by Kalibo. And for the first time, we will see Samantha Jones check in for the Lions. Klein back in for the Eagles. McCargo to sub out on the Lions side. White to sub out on the Eagles side. Jones is one of 8 freshmen here for the Lions. Turner gets a screen from Pagan. The midi. And the rebound to Wesper, 5'4", collecting the rebound. It's Kalibo. Bad pass, intercepted by Bravo, and she is running. No numbers here for the Eagles. Back out Klein, 0 for 1 from downtown. Make her 0 for 2. As Burns tracks down the offensive rebound. Fresh 20 for the Eagles. Turner swings it. Bravo feeds it for Pagan. Nice movement there by the Eagles, and it results in Taina Pagan banking it in off the glass. Pagan now has 4 points, leading the Eagles in scoring. 11-4 post, 2:40 to play here in the opening frame. It's inside to Gillette, and she finishes. Gillette now has 4 of the 6 for the Lions. Bad pass intercepted by Kalibo, and some room service. Defense, offense for Georgian court. Kalibo and Gillette leading the way, each with 4 points. It is Klein up top. The bounce pass for Turner. Pagan swings it. One more, wide open. It's Klein. Knocks down her first three-pointer of the game. 1 for 3 from downtown now is Maya Klein, who is 8th in the CACC in points per game at 14.1 per game. Also 2nd in the CACC in three-point percentage at 41.6%. It is Gillette. Feeds it. Wesper. Kalibo. Hard drive. Easy finish. Yes, and the foul. Safi Kalibo has had it going here for the Lions. She's got 6 now. 3 for 6 from the floor, and she's at the line for a 3-point play. And for the first time, we'll see Leah Snisky on the Lions side. A few substitutions in here for the Eagles. 5 on the floor for posts. It is Klein, Bravo, Simmons, Pagan, and Stevenson starting 5 on the floor as Kalibo completes the 3-point play. 14-11 Eagles. As it'll be Stevenson now up top. Zone defense here by the Lions, and it works on that possession. 1:25 to play here in the opening quarter. Six turnovers for both squads. Stevenson inside Pagan, and she is whacked by Jones. Pagan, who was 2 for 2 in her lone trip to the free throw line, heading back to the charity stripe. Looking to add to her total, she's got 4 points. Averages 9.1 points per game on the year, left the first free throw off the front iron. Pagan has had a monster season for the Eagles. And the graduate student, 6'1" from New London, Connecticut, 5th in the CACC in rebounds per game at 9.0. Nearly averaging a double-double on the year, and she's now 3 for 4 from the foul line here in this one. Wesper. Nearly intercepted. Snisky has it. Pass deflected by Pagan. Nice active hands. Gillette consumes it. Great hands there for the Eagles. Active on the defensive side. And they say it was last touched by Snisky, so the Eagles forced a turnover. The 7th turnover now for the Lions here in this opening quarter. Lots of turnovers from both squads. We have 13 total turnovers in this first quarter with a minute to play. Into Stevenson, back out to Bravo. Now Klein pulls it back. The 3 is up and through. Maya Klein now 2 for 4 from downtown. And give her 6 on the game, now leading the Eagles in scoring. Kalibo stops, kicks, Wesper fires, and missed everything. Jones has the rebound. 35 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Killer crossover there by Kalibo. The jump shot is short, and Imani Gillette is right there crashing the offensive glass. Gillette now with 6 points and 4 rebounds. And the shot clock is dark. The Eagles can take the final shots of the quarter, leading by 5. Stevenson at the controls. Screen set by Klein. Sets up Klein. 3 Off the heel, Gillette the rebound, and that will do it for the first quarter. Eagles 18, Lions 13. It is Division II women's basketball, and you are watching it on the CACC network. We'll be back for the second quarter of play. We welcome you back here to the Drumner Center. Eagles lead by 5, and they will have the first offensive possession here in the second quarter. It is Klein, Stevenson, Bravo, Simmons, and Pagan, the starting 5 on the floor here for the Eagles to begin this second quarter play. Kalibo, Sniski, Jones, Wesper, and Gillette. 5 on the floor here for the Lions to begin this second quarter. Eagles leading by 5. Lots of turnovers from both squads in that first quarter. 13 total turnovers. The Lions had 7, the Eagles had 6. It is Stevenson probing. Klein takes it inside, bounces it for Pagan, and she is denied by Kalibo. The Eagles have 14 points off of turnovers to Georgian Court's 4. The Georgian Court dominating the paint. Klein sets it up, swirls the iron on the 3. And Gillette has a rebound. Yeah, Georgian Court, they dominated the paint. 12 paint points out of their 13. As Bravo has a rebound. Stevenson stops, kicks. Simmons didn't have a clean look at the 3. Feeds it to her fellow shooter, and it's Klein with the midi. Off the heel, and the rebound pulled down by Gillette with ease. Imani Gillette averages 9.4 rebounds per game, nearly averaging a double-double. Backdoor for Wesper, the feed for Sniski. The short corner jump shot is too strong, and Pagan has the rebound. Here's Stevenson, the 5'2" point guard, swings it. It is Klein driving it on the baseline, gets inside, and missed the layup. Kalibo running with numbers. It's a 3-on-2. She feeds it. Jones, one more to Wesper, and the Eagles get back defensively. Gillette up top. The crossover, the drive, and Pagan the rebound. A little over a minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Still 18-13 Eagles. Stevenson missed the lay, and Sniski with the rebound.
15 is open every play, you guys. Look around the floor.
And we'll get a timeout here called by the Lions with 8:17 to play here in the first half. Pagan, Santiago, Simmons, White, and Stevenson, 5 on the floor here out of the timeouts. And for the first time, we'll see Jasenia Edwards, the 5'9" freshman wearing number 5 in blue. It is Edwards, McCargo, Kalibo, Gillette, and Smedley, 5 on the floor here for the Lions. Kalibo the drive, the kick, and now it's Smedley in the mid-post. McCargo jabs. Dangerous pass inside, but it works, and Smedley has a deuce. One possession game, 18-15. As Stevenson has it. Pagan at the foul line. Powers inside. Santiago, the spray out. And White retrieves it. 9 on the shot clock. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Kalibo. And Kaupte will check in here for Pagan. Six on the shot clock. It is White on the wing. Simmons got to put something up. A long three is way off the mark, and that will be a 30-second shot clock violation as the shot did not hit the iron. A little over 2.5 gone here in the second quarter. It is 18-15 Eagles. Trying to make it 8 straight against the Lions. As it is McCargo on the pull-up. Halfway down and out. Rebound. Knocked around. White gets on the floor. And we have a jump ball. It'll be possession Lions. As White will check out. Turner will check in. Westber back in for the Lions. McCargo to sub out. Gillette will trigger under the basket. Smedley, guarded by the former Canisius Golden Griffin. Now it is Edwards. Back to Smedley at the nail. Inside to Gillette. Gets inside and lays it in. Imani Gillette has had herself a game thus far. She's got 8 points. Gillette and Kalibo combining for 15 of the 17 for the Lions. Santiago gets fouled on the floor by Gillette. That will be Gillette's second personal foul, so something to keep an eye out for if you are a Lions fan. It looks like she'll come out here as Marta Aguilera heads to the scores table. So Gillette will sub out with 8 points, 4 for 9 from the floor in 13 minutes. Under the basket, out of bounds here for the Eagles. It'll be Turner to inbound. Gets it into Stevenson. It's inside for Kaupte. Back out Simmons, straight on three. Edwards with the rebound. And with a bucket here, Georgian Court can take the lead. They have only had 49 seconds with the lead. Kalibo spinning and missing. Stevenson will throw the touchdown pass to Turner. Kick out for Simmons. Back up top to Stevenson to reset it. Under 6 to play here in the first half. Nice action there. It is Santiago drawing the whistle. And she'll head to the foul line to shoot 2 here. Santiago looking for her first baskets of the game. Klein and Bravo getting set to check back in. McCargo back in for Kalibo on the Lion side. Santiago, a very good free throw shooter, shoots at an 81% clip, 21 for 26 on the year. Rattles home the first of 2. Santiago, a graduate student from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, stands at 5'9". And transferred from Canisius at the Division I level. Knocks down both free throws, and Bravo will sub her out right here. Stevenson, Bravo, Turner, Klein, Kaupte, 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Wesper, Edwards, Aguilera, Smedley, and McCargo, 5 on the court for the Lions. Aguilera, back out McCargo. And she is fouled. Turner gets called for the whistle. It'll be Smedley to inbound. Pagan will check back in. Kaupte will check out. Pagan checks in with 5 points and 2 rebounds. Pass inside. Bravo gets her hands on it and forces the turnover, but leads Stevenson too far. And that is a 7th turnover now for the Eagles. 7-7 in the turnover categories for each squad. As Kalibo will check back in. Smedley will check out. 5.5 to play here in the first half. It is a 20-17 lead for your Eagles, looking for their 11th win on the season. They're 6th in conference. Pass out of the hands of Wesper, out of bounds. The 8th turnover now for Georgian Court. As Simmons will check back in, Pagan will check out. So a small ball lineup here for the Eagles with Trinity Bravo playing the center position. It is Stevenson, Klein, Simmons, Turner, and Bravo. Bravo, pass inside, nice feed, and Turner lays it in. Those two have some great chemistry when they are on the court together. Bravo to Turner, and the Eagles up by 5 with under 5 to play here in the first half. McCargo drives it on the baseline. Aguilera, cross-court feed. Kalibo, foul line J, you bet. Kalibo and Gillette have been putting the team on their back. Kalibo now has 9. And Gillette and Kalibo with 17 of the 19 points here for the Lions. Bravo sees a double, takes it on the baseline, an imperious drive to the cup, and Trinity Bravo finishes it off. Stevenson with the theft, backed out Klein, has it taken away by McCargo. Now McCargo running, no numbers, she'll bring it back out. Kalibo shuffled her feet. Pagan and White will sub back in for the Eagles, and Gillette will come in here for Georgian Court. McCargo will sub out on the Lions side. Klein and Bravo sub out for the Eagles. Stevenson angles to the wing. Pass inside. We'll get a kickball violation there on Wesper. With 3:52 to play here in the first half. A tightly contested back and forth game so far here in the opening half. Eagles with a 5-point lead. It goes into Turner, and it's rebounded by Kalibo. Largest lead for the Eagles when it was at 18-11. One more to the corner. It's an Edwards 3, and it's short. The rebound belongs to Wesper. And she'll throw it into the backcourt out of the reach of Kalibo. Not on the same page there. That will be the 11th turnover now for Georgian Court to the Eagles 7. So lots of turnovers here by the Lions in this first half. They average 22.1 turnovers per game as a team. The Eagles average 17.1 turnovers. Pagan. Kick out. Bounce. Stevenson doesn't want the 3. Pass inside to Taina, and she is clobbered by Aguilera. So it'll be Pagan to shoot 2 at the line. She is 3 for 4 from the charity stripe on the game. Smedley back in. Edwards will check out on the Lions side. Pagan 31 for 43 from the foul line coming into this game on the year. Pagan now 5 for 6 from the foul line as she buries both. And the Eagles back to their largest lead of the game. It's at 7. 26-19, 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Gillette, pass inside. Aguilera missed the lay, and Pagan with the rebound. And we will get a foul, a late whistle, as an incredulous Courtney Burns there on the sideline, asking for an explanation from the official, as Bravo will get set to check back in for the Eagles. Yeah, that whistle came late. no doubt about it. As Bravo subs in for Turner, and it'll be Marta Aguilera, the freshman from Spain, stands at 5'11" to shoot a pair. Connects on the first of two to get her first basket of the game. Aguilera now Aguilera 23 for 31 from the foul line coming into this one on the year. Pure on both free throws. Back to a 5-point game. Under 3 to play here in the first half. It goes over to Simmons. Now White doubled. Gets out of the double team. Bravo, the chest pass. And we'll get a foul on the floor called on Kalibo. That is her second personal foul. So Gillette and Kalibo each with 2 personal fouls. Something to keep an eye out for if you are a fan of the Lions. Both of those 2 players have combined for 17 of the 21 here in the first half for the Lions. This 3-2 zone defense here for the Lions. It's inside to Pagan. She'll spray it out to Simmons. Bravo, pass inside. Turner, Pagan, and a foul. And Taina has shot the free throw well this game, 5 for 6. And she'll be heading back for her 4th trip of the game. As Snisky getting set to check in here for Georgian Court. Aguilera will sub out. 2:25 to play here in the first half. So glad you are with us here on the CACC network. If you're just tuning in, the men's come up next. As Pagan misses that free throw. The men's team for Georgian Court still searching for their first win in conference. As Pagan knocks down the back end of 2. 6-point lead for the Eagles. It goes up top to Snisky. She needs a friend. The dribble handoff here with Kalibo. Pass inside. Gillette falls to the ground, and Bravo with the theft running with White. White's the layup. Defense, offense for the Eagles. And they have their largest lead of the first half. It's at 8 with under 2 to play. Gillette looks to go to work, takes it right at Pagan and banks it in out the window. Imani Gillette now into double figures. Give her 10. Pagan, baby hook. And it's cleared by Smedley. 1:15 to play here in the first half. Wesper swings it. Kalibo, killer cross, gets inside. And an offensive foul. Nice move there by Kalibo, but it is Trinity Bravo setting her feet and drawing the charge. As Samantha Jones will come back in here for Georgian Court. Kalibo will sub out now. Kalibo with 3 personal fouls, so unlikely that we will see her for the rest of the first half. And Santiago will check in here for Pagan. So the Eagles going back to the small ball lineup with Trinity Bravo playing the 5. And Santiago at the 4. White and Stevenson in the backcourt. Under a minute to play here in the first half. The Eagles with a 6-point lead. Bravo. Kick out. Simmons sets her feet, lines it up, and it's off the heel. Nearly intercepted there by Stevenson. It goes to Jones. The trailer is Gillette, and she will settle it down here. 12-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Jones feeds it inside. Smedley off the window and down, and the deficit cut to 4 now for Georgian Court, 29-25. Eagles, as it'll be Stevenson to cross the timeline with the shot clock turned off. Game clock at 9. Stevenson met by Wesper. The swing pass for Simmons. 2 on the clock. Simmons to beat the buzzer. It goes! Ty-Shanae Simmons from downtown to close out the first half for the Eagles. And they will take a 7-point lead heading into the break. It is 32-25. Eagles. We'll be back after halftime. All right, we welcome you back here to the Drubner Center. Halftime is nearing its conclusion, and we are getting set for the start of the second half between the Eagles and the Lions. Eagles lead at 32-25. Heading into this third quarter, Tyshanae Simmons hit that buzzer beater 3 on the left wing to end that first half on a bang for the Eagles. But they need to take care of Imani Gillette and Safi Kalibo. The two have combined for 19 of the 25 first half points for the Lions. And for the Eagles, it has been a balanced attack. No players in double figures, but you got Taina Pagan with 8, Maya Klein with 6, Trinity Bravo with 5. So a balanced attack again by the Eagles. 20 turnovers in total in that first half by the Eagles and Lions. The Lions had 13 of those 20. And the largest lead for the Eagles was when it was at 29-21. They lead by 7 now, and they will have the game's first offensive possession here in the second half. It is Pagan, Stevenson, Klein, Bravo, and Simmons. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Wesper, Jones, Gillette, Kalibo, and Smedley. 5 to start here for the Lions. It goes over to Klein. This 3-2 defense. The Lions stay in it here to begin the second half. Bravo is trapped. Bravo finds Klein. It's worked over to Stevenson now on the far side of the arc. Pagan, Klein, 3. And Kalibo with the weak side rebound. Gillette looks to pick up right where she left off, and Taina Pagan says, get that weak stuff out of here. Georgian Court gets the ball once again, and it is Jones, nylon from the mid-range. The Lions strike first here in this second half. And the Eagles 7-1 here at the Drubner Center on the season. They come into this one at 10-7 overall and 5-2 in conference. The number 1 seed in the North Division are the Eagles, as Georgian Court is the number 4 seed in the South Division. Klein, 3, book it. Maya Klein now is 3 for 8 from downtown with 9 points, and she leads the Eagles in scoring now. 8th in the CACC in points per game at 14.1 coming into this one. Gillette at the foul line. Goes backdoor to Kalibo. And she gets wrapped up. Now fights on the ground. Has it. Gillette gets on the deck. Kalibo. A little bit of a discombobulated possession here. It's Gillette 3 to beat the buzzer. And it is Bravo with the rebound. Now Stevenson running. Klein's the trailer. Klein back-to-back threes. You bet. Maya Klein now into double figures. Give her 12. And a quick timeout called by the Lions with 8:04 to play here in the third. Eagles with their first double-digit lead of the game. It's 38-27. Maya Klein back-to-back triples has the Eagles at their first double-digit lead of the game, 38-27, as we are coming out of the quick timeout by the Lions. Same 5 on the floor here for both squads, as Wesper brings it into the front court. Gillette picks up her dribble, needs a friend, and she has Kalibo. These two have led the charge for the Lions all game long. It's a Wesper 3. And Bravo and Gillette fighting for the rebound. They will get Bravo for the foul, I believe, and Bravo is a little shaken up on the ground. So under the basket, out of bounds here for the Lions. Tipton to Jones. She takes it on the baseline, stops, feeds it for Smedley. She goes across the lane. Bad pass, intercepted by Simmons. No numbers for the Eagles here. Simmons will slow it down. Stevenson inside, Pagan, reverse lay, yes! Eagles starting to pull away, up by 13. And it's stolen away by Bravo. She is ahead of the field. She goes all the way inside and turns it over. Bravo was way ahead of the pack, but the defense caught up to her. And now it is Kalibo. Bravo with another steal. Can she convert on this one? No, she has it stripped by Jones, but Jones was stepping on the baseline. So it'll be an under the basket out of bounds here for the Eagles as McCargo will sub in. McCargo started the game but didn't start here in the second half. She'll sub out Smedley with 6:42 to play here in the third. McCargo is scoreless in 9 minutes, 0 for 3 from the floor. Stevenson under the basket. Tried to get into Bravo, but a kick ball out there by Kalibo. And the men's coming up next. It'll be the Eagles versus the Lions. Men's edition. That game will tip off at approximately 3 o'clock. Stevenson drive, bounce for Bravo. Looking for the handoff for Simmons. We'll get it back to Pagan. We'll spray it out to Klein, who has 12 points here in this one. Killer crossover, but had it picked away by Wesper. Nice theft. Thrown ahead. The rainbow pass to McCargo. Wild shot, and she drew the foul. So it'll be Niall McCargo, the freshman from North Brunswick, New Jersey, to head to the foul line to shoot 2 here, looking for her first buckets of the game. Bravo and Pagan check out. Kaupte and White check in on the Eagles side. McCargo 13 for 26 from the foul line coming into this one on the year. Buries the first of 2. Turner in for Klein on the Eagles side. Georgian Court is now 5 for 5 from the foul line. Eagles 11 for 14 from the charity stripe. A design play here. Turner has it. Swings it out. White. Dangerous pass. Nearly stolen by Kalibo. It is Stevenson bringing it out. And it is stolen away by Jones. Too much hot sauce on that one. Simmons couldn't hold on. And it is Jones turning defense into offense swiftly for the Lions. Back within single digits. It's a 9-point game. A mini 4-0 run here for the Lions. Stevenson, hard drive. Blocked, but a foul called on Gillette. Gillette got all ball there, but it might have been a foul prior to the block. So it'll be Stevenson heading to the foul line to shoot 2 here. Stevenson's first trip to the charity stripe in the game. An excellent free throw shooter. Shoots it at an 84% clip. 52 for 62 from the line on the year for the graduate student. So Gillette and Kalibo each with 3 personal fouls now, as Stevenson is good on both free throws, as Gillette will check out here. So something to keep an eye out for if you're a Lions fan. The 2 leading scorers, they have 19 of the 31 points for the Lions, each with 3 personal fouls. Dangerous pass, McCargo falls. White with a 2-on-1, goes inside, the double clutch, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Kalibo. So with 5.5 to play in the third, it'll be an under the basket out of bounds here for the Eagles. Kaupte, Turner, Simmons, White, Stevenson. 5 on the floor here for Courtney Burns. Simmons is left open, and she banks in the 3. She'll take it with a smirk on her face, running back on defense. She's now 2 for 6 from downtown, and that one will go out of bounds. Last touch by Georgian Court. And the Eagles with their largest lead of the game at 14, looking to add on to it. The Eagles are now 6 for 16 from downtown. Shooting the 3 ball well. Turner off the window and kisses it in. The Eagles starting to pour it on a little bit. Kalibo trying to get the answer for the Lions. They need an answer here. McCargo fadeaway shot. Pure. Stevenson swiftly. The trailer. Simmons left open. How about back-to-back 3s? And Simmons has the rebound. Coughs it up. Ball on the floor. Picked up by White. And just like the Eagles drew it up, Naj White banks it in off the window. White has 6 points now off the bench. And the Eagles with a 16-point lead. It's Kalibo getting inside. Nice move, but no finish. Kaupte with the rebound. Stevenson, the push, the stop, the pop. And the rebound by Aguilera. Westbrook will move it up. Jones inside. Kalibo finishes the play. Back to a 14-point game. White goes across the lane, back to Turner. Swings it up top for Kaupte. 4 minutes to play here in the third. Stevenson hesitates, kicks. It is White wide open in the right corner, sets her feet. A little too strong on the J. Kalibo thought about the triple. Georgian Court has not made a 3 here thus far. They are 0 for 2 from downtown. Wesper, short corner, it's Aguilera putting it on the deck. And she stepped on the baseline out of bounds. A turnover there by Georgian Court. Their 19th turnover here in the game as Klein, a shooter for a shooter. So Klein subs out Simmons as Smedley will check in here for Georgian Court. Kalibo will get a breather. So Kalibo and Gillette on the bench here for Georgian Court for the first time here today. So where is the offense going to come from here for the Lions? Gillette and Kalibo have combined for 21 of the 35 for the Lions. Klein, midi, got the fortuitous bounce. McCargo and Jones each have 4. Dangerous pass. Stevenson gets a hand on it, and it's Kaupte with the steal. Kaupte is doubled. Back out to the point guard. She takes it inside. It's up top. Ball hopping around. Klein straight on 3. Kaboom! Klein now has 17. She is 5 for 10 from downtown. Eagles with their largest lead of the game at 19. Smedley with the answer. 54-37. Eagles with 2:40 to play in the third quarter. It is Turner. Crossover. White. The bounce. Kaupte is doubled and is fouled. Snitsky checks in for Aguilera, and Bravo will sub out Turner on the Eagles side. Eagles shooting the 3 ball at a 36.8% clip. They are 7 for 19. Klein has 5 of those 7. And Simmons has the other 2. The 2 shooters for the Eagles. Both top 5. And the Eagles in the conference in 3-point percentage as Bravo gets the deuce and the foul. Trinity Bravo with a 3-point play opportunity. She is now 2 for 3 from the floor with 7 points in 18 minutes. As Pagan checks back in for the Eagles, Gillette back in for the Lions. Smedley will check out on the Lions side, and Kaupte will check out on the Eagles side. Bravo off the heel on the free throw. Can't complete the three-point play. And the Eagles lead by 19, their largest lead of the game, with 2:15 to play here in the third. Edwards now back into the game. Pass inside. It is stolen away by Bravo, and here comes the Eagles. Thrown inside. Stevenson got Edwards up in the air and banks it in. Crafty move there by Stevenson, recognizing that Edwards was coming down the tracks, a little out of control, and now the Eagles up by 21. Jones needs Edwards. Snisky inside. Gillette back to Snisky. Nice give and go. Blocked by Klein. Rebounded by Bravo. And she'll run the break. What a dime. White finishes off the highlight. Trinity Bravo with a tasty dish. And Pagan intercepts the pass. The Eagles pouring it on. They're up by 23 with 80 seconds to play here in the third. Bravo, hard drive. Kick out. White pulls it. And Santiago will check in here on the Eagles side. White will sub out. Coming up on a minute to play here in the third. Again, the men's coming up next here. Tip-off scheduled for 3 o'clock approximately. Eagles with their largest lead here in the game at 23. Gillette, nice move, but it looks like Pagan had a piece of that. If she didn't block it, she certainly altered it. Trailers Bravo, she'll line it up for 3. And Georgian Court has only had 49 seconds with the lead. That was when it was 2-1. Her largest lead of the game was when it was 2-0. Eagles have been dominant here all the way through. That first half was back and forth, but what a second half here from the Eagles. They came into this third quarter up by 7. It was 32-25, and now up by 23. Outscoring the Lions 28-12 here in the third. Jones, 3. Missed everything. And Bravo with the rebound. Shot clock is dark. Eagles can hold on to it for the final shot of the quarter. Clock at 4. Stevenson, the swing pass. Klein, one dribble, fires! And that will take us to the fourth quarter. Eagles with a dominant third quarter outscored the Lions 28-12. We head to the fourth. Eagles up by 23. You are watching Division II women's basketball, and it is on the CACC network. How about that third quarter for the Eagles? Outscored the Lions 28-12. And now they have a 23-point lead. As we are getting ready for the start of the fourth and final quarter, it is Jones, Kalibo, Gillette, Snisky, and Edwards. 5 on the floor here for Georgian Court. Stevenson, Klein, Santiago, Bravo, Pagan. 5 on the floor here for Courtney Burns to start this fourth and final quarter. Jones has it. The shot clock isn't on. as it is out to Kalibo. Sniski fakes the shot, takes it inside. The runner is good. Nice move there by Leah Sniski, taking out her do-it-yourself kit for the floater. Eagles shooting from the floor 45.5%, 20 for 44. Shooting the three ball at a 7 for 21 clip. Klein has 5 of them, make it 6. Maya Klein, pure from the outside. Second in the CACC in three-point percentage at 41.6. And she has been on fire here. She's 6 for 12 now from downtown. She missed her first 2, but ever since then she has been on target as Gillette is whacked by Bravo going up for the second chance opportunity. Maya Klein now with 20 points. Her season high was when she scored 30 against Bloomfield College right here at the Drumner Center back on December 30th. As Santiago checks out, Burns checks in, Gillette from the line knocks down the first of 2. Klein and Pagan have combined for 30 of the Eagles' 63. Klein with 20, Pagan with 10. As Westbrook checks in here for Edwards as Gillette cans both free throws. 63-41 lead for your Eagles. A win here today, and it would make it 8 straight against the Lions. The Eagles have not lost to Georgian Court since 2017. That loss came on January 7th. As it goes up top to Burns. 90 seconds played here in the fourth. A tasty dish set up by Burns, and she finds Pagan. Pagan now with 12 points and 3 rebounds. Gillette is doubled. Klein falls on the ground. It is Jones picking it up. Klein's wanted the foul there. Sniski at the line. Pass stolen away by Pagan, and the Eagles will move it into the front court. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Stevenson, pull up, book it. Dee Stevenson now with 8 points. She is 3 for 6 from the floor in 28 minutes. Burns with the steal there, and they get Sniski for the foul. As Simmons checks in here for the Eagles. Sniski out on the Georgian court side. It is Westbrook, Jones, Kalibo, Gillette, and Aguilera. 5 on the floor here for Georgian court. Burns, Bravo, Pagan, Simmons, and Stevenson. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. It's into Pagan, back out Burns. She puts it on the deck, kick out. Simmons thought about it. Nice movement here from the Eagles, but it's stolen away by Kalibo. She throws it ahead to Westbrook. Can she track it down? No, she cannot. Another turnover there by the Lions. That is their 24th turnover here in the game. Still in that zone defense here from the Lions. Simmons the bounce. Stevenson the feed for Bravo. She angles to the baseline, pass inside. Pagan gets it back, kicks it out. Simmons rejected by Kalibo. What an athletic play there by number 3 in blue. A little over 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Again, the men's coming up next. Right after this one, as Bravo turns it over, it's let out for Jones, and she banks it in. Defense, offense for the Lions. 67-43. Eagles. Bravo almost has it taken away. We'll get a jump ball, possession Eagles, as Kauke will check in here for Pagan on the Eagles side. Simmons puts it on the deck, takes it inside, bounces it for Bravo. It will go out of bounds. Last touch by the Lions. What a job that the Eagles have done as Stevenson 3, too strong. Kalibo the rebound. What a job the Eagles have done here on Gillette and Kalibo as Kalibo finishes it and has her 13th point of the game. Gillette had 10, Kalibo had 9 entering halftime, and now Gillette has only had 2 points here in the second half, and Kalibo has only had 4. Simmons lines it up. Fight for the rebound. Kaupte has it. So the Eagles really cracked down here in this second half on both sides of the floor. They took care of Gillette and Kalibo, and hence the 22-point lead now as it's thrown ahead to Jones. She is ahead of the field. Back to 20. As Courtney Burns wants to call for time, doesn't like what she sees transpiring on the court. 5:37 to play here in the fourth. 67-47 Eagles. You are watching Division II women's basketball, and it is on the CACC network. We welcome you back out of the Courtney Burns quick 30-second timeout. 5:37 to play here in regulation. Eagles with a 20-point lead. Came into this second half up by 7. And they have had themselves a second half here, to say the least. And the post-game interview will be coming up next, right before the men's game. I'll be asking whoever we interview about that second half and what led them to stretch out the lead as Georgian Court forces a turnover. It's thrown ahead to Jones. She drives it on the baseline, leaves it for Gillette. Nice movement there by Georgian Court, and Gillette finishes the 2. Under 5 to play here in regulation. Nice pass inside, White, and Kaupte couldn't finish. We get a blocking foul called on Kaupte. Kalibo draws a foul with 4:38 to play here in regulation. 18-point game. Fagan and Santiago will check in here for Kaupte and Bravo. Kalibo rattles home the first of 2. Her second trip to the foul line here in this one, now 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. She has 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 turnovers as she can't connect on the second of 2. Kalibo also has 3 steals. Except for the turnover, she has had a fantastic game here for Georgian Court. It's thrown across court to Stevenson. Now Pagan, high-low action, back out. Simmons, 3, pure. Nothing but net for Taishanae Simmons. And she is now 3 for 10 from downtown. The Eagles have made 9 threes, Klein with 6 of them, and Simmons with 3. Those two are top 5 in the CACC in three-point percentage. Simmons number 4th in the CACC. As the pick there by Wesper, the drive, the scoop, the lay. Yeah, so Simmons 4th in the CACC in three-point percentage at 40.5, and then Klein number 2 in the CACC at 41.6. It is a 16-point lead for the Eagles with 3.5 to play here in regulation. Game not over yet. Eagles got to close the door here as it will go into the backcourt. And they say last touch by Georgian Court. And the Eagles will retain it. Turner will check in. Stevenson will check out. Santiago, Turner, White, Pagan, Simmons. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles, looking to close this one out. A bucket and a stop here would likely do it for the Eagles. Turner will run the point guard here between the rings. Swings it, Simmons. And we will get a timeout called by Courtney Burns. We'll be back with 3:19 to play here in regulation. .319 to play here in the fourth. It is 70-54 Eagles in search for their 11th win overall on the season and their 6th in conference. Simmons, she'll tee it up. A 3 to beat the buzzer is off. Santiago has a rebound inside to Pagan. Beautiful feed there by Santiago. She does all the little things for the Eagles. She's not going to score 20 points per se, but she's going to make all the winning plays. Coming over from the Canisius Golden Griffins last year. So the Eagles lead back up to 18, under 3 to play here in the fourth quarter. Pass inside, Gillette high off the window and a late whistle called on Pagan. That is Pagan's second personal foul. And the Eagles 21-9 all-time versus the Lions. 2 minutes and 43 seconds away from capturing their 8th consecutive win against the Lions. This is the Lions team, though. They have a lot of good young pieces. Again, like I said earlier in the broadcast, 8 rotation players for the Lions are freshmen. And Imani Gillette is still only a sophomore, so they have a lot to build on with this squad. They are likely going to fall to 3-14 overall and 3-5 in conference as Simmons can't connect. Pagan earns the fresh 20 for the Eagles. And for the Eagles, this is a team that was constructed to win now. Contrary to the Lions, they are filled with veterans. 8 graduate students are rostered on the Eagles. Stevenson is a graduate student. Santiago, a graduate student. Turner, a graduate student. Simmons, Bravo, Klein, Pagan, all grad students. And they are the number 1 seed in the North Division in the CACC. And under 2 minutes away from capturing their 11th win of the season and their 6th in conference. Up by 14. Stolen away by Kaliba. She goes inside and lays it in. So Georgian Court have played very well here in this fourth quarter. It was just that third quarter that put them in a huge hole. But they are outscoring the Eagles 21-12 here in the fourth. And trailing by 12. A nice job cutting into the lead, but just not enough time to complete the comeback. With under 90 seconds to play, 86 to be exact, White travels and Bravo will sub in. Again, stay tuned for the post-game interview coming up next. And then the men's will tip off at 3 o'clock as Gillette cuts the lead to 10 with 70 seconds to play in regulation. So Georgian Court with a fantastic fourth quarter, 23-12, outscoring the Eagles in this fourth quarter. It was just that third quarter for the Eagles, 28-12. They outscored the Lions in the third. And under a minute to play, the Eagles with the clock on their side. White feeds it, Pagan fakes it, drives it, floats it, scores it, plus the foul. Taina Pagan with a three-point play opportunity, and that is the exclamation point. As Stevenson will check in here for Turner. Pagan now with 15 points and 5 rebounds, a stellar performance from the 6'1 graduate student. And the Eagles lead up to 13 with 45 seconds to play. In regulation, throw down to bounds by Wesper. And the Eagles can elect to take a shot here, but they could also just dribble it out. Stevenson will just dribble it near the timeline. And the Eagles are going to pick up their 11th win on the season. They will advance to 11-7 overall, 6-2 in conference. Georgian Court will fall to 3-14 overall and 3-5 in conference. Up next for the Eagles, they will have a break. They will play in a week on the road at Chestnut Hill College. And for Georgian Court, they will also have a week off. They will travel to Caldwell, New Jersey to face off against the Cougars on Saturday at 1 o'clock. .3 remaining here in regulation. As we get the foul on the floor, the Eagles can just inbound. Simmons inbounds it. And that will do it. Eagles win 75-62 and capture their 11th win of the season. Now it's 8 straight against the Lions. The men's coming up next. We'll have the post-game interview for you coming up next. All right, Post University women's basketball defeats Georgian Court 75-62 to capture their 11th win of the season. I'm Griffin Cass. That is Taina Pagan. So, Ty, you guys captured your 11th win of the game, or 11th win of the season, I should say. Just how does it feel to have such a fantastic season culminating here?
It feels really good. I feel like all of our pieces are finally starting to come together. I know we experienced a few losses earlier in the season, but we're just learning more to move the ball, and that's how we're gonna win these games.
So you guys had a 7-point lead entering halftime. You outscored the Lions 28-12 in that third quarter. Just what led to that dominance in the third?
We just had to hone in on defense. I know number 13 on Georgian Court, she was getting a few lobs, so we were just looking to double her, and we were able to get a few steals that gave us some momentum in the second half. Yeah,
so the player that you just referred to, Imani Gillette, that's the matchup you had in this one. Just talk about the matchup throughout that entire game.
She's a really good player, very physical, and her teammates know how to get her the ball, and we just try to get in front of her as much as possible, but I know that my teammates have my back on the back end, so we're able to come out with a win today.
Taina, thank you so much for taking some time after the game. The Eagles 11-7 now overall and 6-2 in conference. Sweet, absolutely. Thank you.